If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Montata for more million jama wala linyim pingota coronavirus musasa sotoringansi andung amala nyimukeleti wala nyimusuleti aman sibo nyoto mo wili jama fata findu banko kan wala linyi sasa soto andung ay fale coronavirus man jaral soto bari fanan akiba dima mumunti ay pingu soto le.
President of the Gambia Football Federation, Mr. Ibu Fai, Second Vice President of the Gambia Football Federation, Chairman of the Technical and Development Committee, and also here present, Mr. Pa Fai. Pa Fai is the President of the Gambia Coaches Association and also a member of the Technical and Development Committee. Mr. Martin Gomez, former Executive Committee member, member of the Technical and Development Committee of the Gambia Football Federation. Mr. Alaji Silla, a CAF instructor, and one of the instructors or lead instructors that conducted this course. Mr. Sang John Dong is the training director, if you like, or course director, and is the technical director of the Gambia Football Federation and has been coordinating these trainings. Mr. L.S. Sambu, Lamin Sambu, also one of the instructors and who has also been instrumental in the training. And of course you have Mr. Babukar Kamara, the director of communications and marketing. And of course colleagues. Coaches, we have another colleague here, Bacha, one of our staff, Alaji Sar is sitting at the back, and all of you out there, I cannot see everyone, and then the participants. My role here is very simple. I'm your MC, so I will be coordinating the program. So without much ado, we will just introduce the first speaker, which is Mr. Sang John Dong. But before we do that, we just want to highlight that, again, this is another milestone, maybe first of its kind again, for the Gambia Football Federation to train this number of coaches in the C license, CAF C license. This is all part of the strategy. Opening remark, Mr. Chan Dong.
First Vice President, Second Vice President, GS, Communication Director, a very big football fan and football administrator, Mr. Martin, President, Gambia Football Coaches Association, fellow instructors, Mr. Alaji Silla. As coaches, maybe the mic is afraid of us or we are afraid of the mic. It's either or. Good morning to everybody, and I welcome everybody to our house, which is the National Training Center. And here I am today putting on double caps. My first cap is as the technical director of the Gambia Football Federation. My first cap is as the technical director of the Gambia Football Association. And for us, we would like to thank everybody for however direct or indirect or minimal contribution that has been given for the running and the success of this cause. This has been a very massive stride in Gambian football. If we fail to build capacity, let's forget about the development of football. All we think about is result. I think here we are, for the first time, we're coming out with almost the same number of sea license that have ever been trained in this country in a matter of 1 year. And it's not this ending of everything, it's just the beginning. Hello. It's not the ending, but the beginning of everything. I would like to thank my fellow instructors who's helped me and contributed massively towards the success of this program. That is my Lieutenant Colonel L.S. Sambu and Alaji Sila. These are two people that won't allow me to stop. They will always push and make sure we do things. And going through this sea license, it was difficult, but here we are today. As believers, there is nothing like I can't. But as believers, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, what you believe in is, I will try. Because all you have to do is just put the effort in it and the rest will come. And it's exactly what happened today. And I'm so impressed with the attendance. Not only here, but one taboo that we break as coaches was, everybody was here during the course of the first model, which was the 10 days. Nobody will come late. Everybody knows when we say 8:30, it's 8:30. When we say it's 2 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock. And I think if we can get this into the coaches, I think the coaches will be in a better position to send it down to other younger players and coaches to know that time means everything. Whenever we say time, when we say 11 o'clock, let's try to be there for 10:30. And these are some of the qualities that is required of a good coach, because the attitude of a coach and the character of a coach matters. So on that note, I would just like to thank everybody for coming and just look forward for us to have a very enjoyable day together here. Okay, thank you very much. I'm not
to specify this. He's the lead instructor for Badge 1. For those wonderful remarks, what you've said here, especially timekeeping for coaches. If you don't keep time, your players will not keep time. And I know how sometimes coaches are very furious when players don't turn up at the right time for their training camps or for match or for training sessions and so forth. So I think that coming from the instructor tells well about this. The other person that we have on the agenda, that should make a remark, is Mr. Alaji Sila. Alaji Sila is the lead instructor for Honorable Coach Alaji Sila. And yes, you see, if you earn titles, it will stay with you. You earn those things. So it's not by chance. You know. So he's the lead instructor for Badge 2. As you all know, Mr. Sila has been around and he's coached the national team. His pedigree in football is formidable and unquestionable. His commitment to the game is the same. He's never left the game. He was in politics, but he had never left this beautiful game. And now he's back there and taking an active role. Thank you for serving football, Mr. Sila, and the floor is yours.
Before I start talking, how long am I supposed to speak? 5 minutes. That's even too much. You don't give a microphone to a politician or a teacher. And also you don't give a telephone to a kid. They will hold it forever. Good morning, everyone. Mr. Martin, morning. Members of the High Table, the President of the Gambia Football Coaches Association, the Second Vice President of the Gambia Football Federation, Mr. Ibufai, Chargé de Haute Competition, Mr. First Vice President, whom, when we were planning these courses, he told me, Coach, you know what we want? I said, no. He said, we want to increase the capacity of coaches by 700 folds. 700. Well, I think we've stepped up a bit. We'll get the 700. Mr. Baukar, Director, fellow instructors. Indeed, it's a pleasure, a pride and honor to stand before you today at the end of this course. It has been difficult because we have conducted C license and B license here, but it's not been business as usual because it changed from the ordinary modules to a convention. So the inputs were more, it was more intensive, it was more demanding, and it was professional and it was standardized to ensure that you have B license now in CAF, you can work in UFI. You have B license in CAF, you can work with at Ozonia or all over. So it's standardized. So that is why it was not business as usual. It was tough. We thank you very much for coming to the course. For us, our responsibility is to make sure that we give you the best. It has not been easy because you were the guinea pigs. You were the people whom we tested the drugs upon you. Maybe you are the AstraZeneca when it comes to coronavirus. So you have to excuse us for that. But you have to also understand that this is just step one. We'll be moving, and later on, maybe by next year this time, we should have finished the A license, of which I know some of you will give some of the equivalents, so that you'll jump the B license and come and attempt the A license. Now, are you ready? So I don't want to take much of your time. We are happy. We are proud. As TD said, the discipline was there, the commitment and everything came out really well. And we also thank the members of the press who have been covering our events all the way. Because in business or in any profession, you need an input from the press to disseminate the information that you are carrying out. Because without them, we'll just be talking to ourselves. On that note, Mr. Chairman, as I said, you don't give coaches microphone. They'll be talking forever. I thank you, everybody, and thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to conduct this course. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Alaji Silla, for those remarks. It also encourages us that this is not the end. And the remark of the first Vice President also is an indication that the policy makers of the Gambia Football Federation are with you in ensuring that we train our coaches not just at the level of C, but to the highest level, up to the A level, so that we can also compete in the very competitive football world that we operate in. Now, the next person to make a remark is the president of the Gambia Football Coaches Association, another coach or former coach, Pa Suare Fai. Pa, again, just as Mr. Silla, Mr. Pa was brought up by Mr. Silla. There are a lot of unique relationships in this room. I know that. I was young, but I was around. And Pa also is a formidable person and never left football, always interested in football. He's also the current team manager of the U20, and they registered their African champions. So really, Pa also has a lot of pedigree that he can boast of as far as football development and football is concerned in this country. Pa Suare Fai, the floor is yours.
Good morning to the first Vice President, Mr. Bakari Jame, the second Vice President, Mr. Ibu Fai, the Secretary General, Mr. Maris Aitego. Just that I'm short of words. I'm short of words just to thank the GFF for allowing us to come up with this training through the technical department under the leadership of Sang Dong, which he was very committed with his instructors. He wanted to see things to be done, and alhamdulillah, things have been definitely taken care of. The Gambia Football Coaches Association for coming up as partners to make sure the strengthening of this program is taken care of. Then the coaches that has been training, you've left everything to make sure you got this. Today is the day that you should celebrate, because you've been working almost tiredly for almost 2 weeks, from 8 o'clock to 6 p.m. And I think today it needs to be celebrated. My final advice to you, go out and walk. Liggéey rek mo wóor. And as coaches, if you walk the way you should, my friend, at the end of the day, you will be crowned the king, as Jane is crowned the king of the coaches. It's not all about talking, it's all about hard work. And you can see the demonstration in Jane. He has just finished up the league and he has started preparing for his club champions. That shows how he got his result. And I have no fear, I have no problem to think about the others. I know that, if you work hard, one day you will be paid off. Let's take back our senses to the administrative side of coaching. We are blessed that, the senior national team, the assistant coach is a Gambian, the under-23 is a Gambian, the under-20 is a Gambian, under-17 is a Gambian. To the female team, we have a Gambian for the senior team, the under-20 for the female team is a Gambian, the under-17 is a Gambian. Because of what? The trust that the GFF have on us. So let's not try to break that trust. And it should be a competition, in a sense, a positive competition. Because what we are trying to put the image of Gambian coaches, we all know where we wanted to go and where we wanted to reach. As you all know, football is all about hard work. So on that note, I thank you all for coming up to participate, to come over for this graduation, and go back and do your work and make sure the knowledge that you have from this training, you go and impact it to the community, to the clubs and the schools. So on that note, thank you very much once again.
Remind ourselves that, in fact, just to again add to what the other speaker said about your commitment towards this program, we are aware that each of you, either you pay by individual or by your club, or you have contributed financially for this course to happen. If you are not committed, I know you wouldn't have done that. So I think a round of applause for you, the participants as well. Of course, GFF won it, but we know you have also contributed significantly for this program. Pafai, thank you for bringing out the figures as to the number of coaches that have been trained. I'm also been reminded that, in fact, there is 100 coaches, waiting for this program for them to start. So this is, my goodness, maybe the 700, like Mr. Coach said, the 700. 700%. 700. Wow, 700%. Actually, it's not 700, but 700%. Wow. So it means you are on the path to achieving that. The next person on the agenda is a remark by the second vice president. He would permit me to say a few words. I know he's not the type that like to be praised. It's not praise, he is stating the facts, things that happen, not just saying things that we're making up things. When I was a young guy at the Football Association, then Ibu was a coach. He's an all-rounder, he's an administrator, he's a technician. He has two hats. And he has always demonstrated his commitment to football. For Ibu, it's football, football and football. I think Honorable Salah will definitely substantiate, and those of them also who know him. At the Football Federation, he is also the man responsible for the Technical and Development Committee. They are responsible for coaches.
Discipline to everybody. As we normally say in football, the coach is the most important person in a football club. Everybody works for you to enable you to develop, to provide results for the club. If you don't manifest discipline, it affects your game. All of us watched the match between Walid and Fortune. When we saw the two coaches square up, where I sat down, I said, no, they have created tension that cannot be managed. And what has happened? That's why a coach should always be disciplined. Don't allow yourself to be sent off from the bench. The most difficult thing for a coach is to sit outside and see your team playing, and you don't have any control of what is happening. So be disciplined. So disciplined to everybody. Have respect. Respect to your opponent. Your opponent have prepared the same as you. Winning a match sometimes can be based on simple details. So respect your opponent. Respect match officials also. They are very important. In a football match, you have 3 teams playing, and the match official is the 3rd team. They are there to play their match. They will make mistakes. Just like you as a coach, you are making mistakes. Just like the players are making mistakes. But give them maximum respect. Respect your management, who are providing the resources and the environment for you to practice your trade. Give full respect to them. Respect your supporters. They are very important. All of us, all our clubs are searching for supporters for our teams. So give your supporters full respect. They will have their opinions. The only thing supporters know is for each team to win. So give them full respect. They will say a lot of things. Ignore. That's what we call block out. Some will even insult you. Block out. Don't listen to them. Just continue. It's frustration. And finally, a coach must develop a communication skills. You have to communicate clearly to your players, to your management, and most importantly to the media. The way our football is going, you are not communicating only to this country, you are communicating internationally. And you have to learn to speak English, develop yourself. The way you are developing yourself technically and how to manage your players is the way you should develop how to communicate with the media. Because media is a must that you have to communicate. The media will have to interview you. It's sometimes very, very, very embarrassing to hear coaches speaking Wolof or Mandinka during interviews. You have been asked in English. Football is not ours. We borrow it from somewhere else. So you have to learn how to speak English, how to communicate clearly what the journalists are asking you, because that sells you. That's market your club, and that shows what kind of club you are in. On that note, thank you very much.
Because he had to attend a funeral of a friend's son, that's why he came late. We also recognize the presence of Mr. Sadibu Kamasho. Mr. Kamasho is secretary to the all-important emergency committee and an executive member of the Gambia Football Federation. Thank you. He also sent in his apologies. You know the traffic on the road, so it's not easy to come by. So we have now have to go to the next level or next stage of this program, and that is the presentation of certificates for those of you who have successfully completed the program. This is the point of celebration by receiving your certificate. like the second vice president said, and then that of the president, their advice was more technical. These are not souvenirs that you're gonna hang in your houses. It shows that you have completed something. Go there, work hard every time. Somebody mentioned even with on your phone, you can go to YouTube and search, and then see, update yourself, and know what is happening. As a coach, in fact, their job is even more difficult than referees, because you should understand how referees work, you should understand how players work, you should even understand how fans think, because all have a bearing on your performance in the field. So you are very important. That's why I think why second VP said coaches are the most important person as far as football is concerned. So with that little advice from me, little man here, congratulations. Thank you very much, Babukar Kamara, for that. And then I now call on Mr. Lamin Sambu, one of the instructors, to deliver these certificates. And then the first certificate goes to Mr. Fode Sarr. Mr. Fode Sarr, congratulations for achieving the diploma, but also having 90% attendance. Mr. Fode Sarr. Thank you. Mr. LS still remain there until you are asked to leave. Mr. Aliu Jan, Mr. Aliu Jan. Congratulations, Aliu. Thank you, Mr. Jan. Okay, Mr. Seydou Tamba. Mr. Seydou Tamba, congratulations. Thank you, Mr. Fode Bojang. Mr. Fode Bojang, congratulations. Fode Bojang, yes. Thank you. Next is Mr. Mustafa Sedi. Congratulations, Mustafa.
Coach.
Suna Njai. Suna, I guess it's a lady. Congratulations, madam. Thank you very much, Suna, and thank you, LS, for delivering those certificates. We now call on Mr. Sang John Dong to deliver the next certificates. First to Mr. Ibrahim Sajo. Ibrahim Sajo, congratulations. Mr. Yusuf Sanyan, congratulations, Mr. Sanyan.
You feel the same way like yourself.
Mr. Balamin Jata. Congratulations. Mr. Dauda Jame, congratulations. Madam Jabu Diouf, congratulations, Jabu.
Yeah, boy. Thank you.
And Mr. Ibrahim Daoud, congratulations, Ibrahim. Thank you, San John Don. And next, by Omar Samba. Oh. That's Bice himself. Oh my God, that's good. Bice, it's good to see you. The former Walid Al-Man.
No, Real de Banjo.
Real de Banjo, yes.
Now Real de Banjo. Why not you are former?
He said former. Former. That's correct.
Yes.
Unless you want to take
Bye. Congratulations, Bye. It's good to see you receiving this certificate. You've done your part for football.
General former.
Mr.
Now let's talk about now.
Mr. Mohamed Ba, congratulations.
When you want to learn, it's a mera. How would you get it?
And Mr. Cherno Baji, congratulations.
Mr. J, congratulations. Nice guy. Jay, well done.
Thank you very much, Jay. Wonderful. Thank you, Pa Suare Fai, for delivering those. And I call on Pa Suare Fai's mentor, Honorable Coach Alaji Silla, to deliver the following certificate. And the first one goes to Wali S.B. Balde. Wali S.B. Balde. Yes, sir, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're not a guy.
Mamadou Mane, congratulations. Mamadou Mane.
Makan wajib.
Abdul Karim Dabo, congratulations. Abdul Aziz M. Juf, congratulations.
ñu bànne am nañ.
ok.
Bon Sénégal dafa mel ni
Congratulations, Mr. Diouf.
player World Cup qualifier.
Mr. Ablai Sane. Ablai Sane, congratulations. Thank you very much, Mr. Silla. Honorable Silla, Coach, for those presentations. I now call on Mr. Sadibu Kamasho, Executive Committee Member, Gambia Football Federation, and Secretary to the All-Important Emergency Committee. And he will first deliver to Madiba Singate. Congratulations, Madiba. Ansumana Fati, congratulations. It's your coach. Right. So Ansumana, it was not fixed. I can tell you it's a coincidence.
Fox connection.
Yakuba Jane, Usman Senghor, congratulations, Usman. Apply bar, congratulations. Bach Samba Sise, congratulations. Aliu K. Jaju, congratulations, Aliu. Aliu K. Jaju.
MDI.
Okay, Aliu K. Jaju Jr., that's correct. Mamat Jim Kebe, congratulations. Madam Fatuba, congratulations. Ejola delivering it to the Fulham. Mohamed Lamin Toure, congratulations.
Some young guys, so
And Adama Soli. Congratulations. Thank you.
Give Jay. Just please give Jay. Please.
The hierarchy.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're disturbing. Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, General Langkamba, for delivering the certificate. The next person to deliver the certificate is our able second Vice President, Mr. Ibu. And the first certificate he will deliver to Adama Jaju. Musa Adnan. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Adnan, congratulations. Adnan? Okay, now we have Sang M. Mendy. Sang Mendy, congratulations, Sang. Sorry. Congratulations, Sang. Mr. Lamin Marena, congratulations. Thank you very much, Second Vice President. We now call on the First Vice President, Mr. Bakari Kejame, also representing the President, to deliver the following certificates. Mr. Abdullahi Mubarak Jallo. Mr. Ismaila Jawla, congratulations. Ismail Jawla. The next certificate, I would want to do something here. Hence, Ibu Fai is responsible for competitions. I want Ibu and the first vice president to deliver this for a purpose. It is going to GAM Football Family TV, represented by Habib Hal. Habib has been phenomenal. He's been everywhere. No, but both of you to deliver. He's been everywhere in the league, not Basori, not Soma. He watched most of the matches, if not all, unless he traveled. Even when he traveled, he covered the match. So we really appreciate Habib Fall. This is unprecedented. Really, I am very glad that you guys remembered Habib Fall and to award him a certificate. This is a very befitting award for a man who has really tirelessly done his best for Gambian football. Thank you, Habib. We really appreciate this. Thank you, Sam, for thinking through this and the whole team to award this gentleman a certificate. And thank you, I want to take this opportunity to thank all the members of the high table for really delivering these certificates. The next on the agenda is a vote of thanks from a representative of the participants, and after which then we will have the grand closing ceremony by the first vice president, Mr. Bakari Kejame. So, representative of the participants who is doing the vote of thanks. Mr. Karim Dabo, can you come forward, please?
Not part of the program. I just want to chair of the floor
before he delivers the vote of thanks. So, 1 second. There is a request from one of the participants. I think he just want to. Okay. Now, Mr. Karim, you can go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My fellow participants, and on your behalf, I want to deliver this vote of thanks to various members of our footballing family that have contributed towards this training that we've just concluded. And I'm going to start with the participants themselves for the hard work, the sacrifice that they've endeavored throughout the course. And we have few individuals among them that we need to thank, notably, not limited to Baj Samba Sise, Yusufa Sanyang, and Modlamin Nyasi. I believe without them, this event wouldn't have been as colorful as this. Once again, we thank you very much. And from the high table, we would like to thank the GFF for their support during the course of the training. We are grateful for helping to develop grassroots football by training coaches that will definitely boost the development of our football. We will also like to thank the medical team that came during our course of training. It was really helpful, and I want to believe most of the coaches here have learned and understand the basic first aid in their coaching due to the help we received during the training by the medical team. We will also like to thank the Referees Association, who also came to give us assistance and making us understand the relationship between coaches and the referees. I want to believe this just concluded GFF leagues is a manifestation that the relationship between coaches and the referees have indeed improved, and we thank them. We will also like to thank the Coaches Association under the able leadership of Pa Suare Fai for thinking of developing coaches, Coach Peter Bonu Johnson, Coach Sol Kuyate, and Coach Lamin Sarr, just to name the few. And then I'm just reminded that it is to Lamin Sarr. May God the Almighty continue to bless their souls. And we will endeavor to continue to make them proud, even in heaven. On behalf of my colleagues, I thank you both for this wonderful day.
Thank you very much. I think, TD, your selection of the vote of thanks, the person who should deliver the vote of thanks, he never failed you. He covered almost all aspects. All aspects, I stress. Thank you very much, Mr. Karim, for that wonderful speech. And now we get to the climax of the program. And that is okay.
We have few certificates. That is from the participant that we want to award to some of the members.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, well, there is a surprise. Maybe the course director does not know that. It's not on my agenda. So that means it's a surprise. Actually, I've just been informed that the coaches also, the participants, they have a surprise soon to be revealed for some distinguished people here in the hall. So, Mr. Dabo, I can pass the thing over to you for you to administer this yourself.
Thank you very much. We have few certificates. It is, as stated, a surprise from the participants to some of the people that actually contributed towards this course, and they have helped us to achieve what we are celebrating today. And I will raise with Yusufa to provide us with the names, and we will call upon the first Vice President to deliver this certificate to these various people. Mr. Vice President, can you please come forward? Coach Paswale Fai, the President of the Gambia Coaches Association. We thank you and we appreciate all your efforts in ensuring there is technical development for coaches. Thank you. Next is Mr. John F. Mendy. John F. Mendy.
Referees.
The referees. Mr. Dikori Jalo, also from the Referees Association. Mr. Bubakar Jalo, and Mr. Ibu Koli, Mr. Pamatar Ndau, Mr. Khalifa Mani from the Medics, Mr. Alaji Malong, Coach Mr. Amacham, for his support during the course of our training. We appreciate it and we thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You running away from the camera. Coach, don't run away.
Miss Veronique Mala. Thank you very much for being there for us all through this course. Thank you. Mr. Ibrahim Anyas.
Perfect. So Ibu has now. Perfect.
Mr. Alhaji Ibrahim Anyas. Yes. Mrs. Ibrahim Anyas, can you come forward to receive? Coach, Honorable Alaji Silla, we thank you very much for your support. We appreciate it. In addition to the certificate, we have a present for him. Hello.
Okay. Good afternoon once again. And I would just like to say to everybody here,
It's very
what a
good.
surprise.
We need to be one happy.
It's always better when you are not yet informed and receive such things. And maybe this might be the second cake in my life. Very few times I've received cakes. So this might be very important to me. So thank you very much, everybody.
I think Omar, I think you need to capture this.
Coaches don't waste time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Is it? Coach.
Thank you.
Mr. General Secretary and Chairman of the occasion, I think you directed today's proceedings very well. You also deserve commendations for that, as you always do. First, I would like to recognize the presence and participations of my colleagues. The second Vice President, Gambia Football Federation, Mr. Ibu Fai. Third Vice President, retired General Langtombong Tamba. My colleagues, Saribu Kamaso and Senabu Cham. The Director of Marketing and Communication, Gambia Football Federation. Technical Director and his staff of the Gambia Football Federation. President of the Gambia Coaches Association, Paswa Arifai. Mr. Martin Gomez, former third Vice President and former President of School Football Association. Our eminent coach, Honorable Alhaji Silla, who is one of the course directors here today. The infatigable LS, who is one of the course directors here today. I think today is a very joyous day in our football calendar. What a fitting way to end this year's season. It is full of surprises. It's full of pleasure. We are here today celebrating Tom for requalification again. We are celebrating our own coach, Jane Juve, for doing wonders, and I think we should really give him another round of applause, please. And also, we are celebrating the birthday of a great man, Sang Dong. Well, I think it will be fitting to repeat what many people have said. I've witnessed and I've known Sang's contribution to football development in the country. As a player, as a team coach, as a national team coach, and currently as technical director, and also as one of the most experienced technical directors on the continent. The same thing goes to Coach Honorable Alhaji Silla. Both of these gentlemen are international figures in football on the African continent today, and they have earned it. And we at the Gambia Football Federation do recognize and we are grateful to Allah and we are grateful to them. And I think these two groups that are graduating today, you are very lucky. You are lucky in the sense that you are learning from the best themselves, and they are here. I want to congratulate you for that. And I don't think there are many people that have been through coaching in this country or will have the opportunity that you have. Since you have it, please do take it, because this is a journey. The President, like the General Secretary had said, couldn't be with us today, and he has asked us to represent him. I want to first explain the 700% that Honorable Alhaji Silla had said. We thank God, all of us, with joy, because the enthusiasm and the age bracket, and thank God you are, I'm sorry gentlemen, learning from the old men, the very old men today. I think the future of our football is very bright. I would like to end by once again joining all my colleagues here in congratulating you for the great success of not only being attendance, but everybody has achieved more than 90%. The words of the course director, that means you have all passed with flying colors. And I would also like to thank your clubs, because I do know that many of you, your clubs have also contributed to the participation, to your participation today. And we hope that we are going to move on to the A license. This is the words of Honorable Coach Alaji Silla. And many people will have B, and all of you will end up being A license. Thank you very much. And let's continue the party. Thank you. It was such nice, I forgot. I want us to go forever. But on thank you, General. On behalf of the President and the Executive Committee of the Gambia Football Federation, I have the honor to declare this award day closed. Thank you.
Okay. Come on, guys. If you're ready, let us know. Hey, who are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay.
Wide.
Just wide. No mixing. No wide.
Okay. All right, set. Face it. Hello. Okay.
As soon as you're ready, let's go.
Okay, hold on.